might be one of our final drives on the Roadtrip 2.0 with Duke Hanley, talking to Bernard Hoffman from U.S. Steel. So tell us, like, what do you do with U.S. Steel?
U.S. Steel, my main focus is developing the next generation steels.
Yeah.
And the advanced high strength and ultra high strength steels that are being used in pretty much all automotive manufacturers in the U.S.
If you're making a car, you're using the most advanced steel out there because it has to be light, it's got to be strong, you got to be able to form it.
Oh, that's one thing. Everyone always says light steel. The steel weighs the same.
Okay.
It's thinner though.
Ah, okay.
So most people say a light steel. Steel has the density. It's the same weight, but you can use less of it.
Gotcha.
So using less of the steel allows you to lightweight the vehicle or lightweight the parts.
Right.
So a lot of the stuff in EVs or any vehicle, it's about how do you do it cost effectively.
Gotcha.
I mean, the first Teslas were all aluminum. This Model 3 has a lot of steel in it.
Yeah.
It's because it has to be cost effective.
Gotcha.
So the cost effective part, steel is still the predominant structural material. Now you can have aluminum for a hood or fenders. They don't add structure to the vehicle.
Right.
The safety components are the things that we're really focusing on to try to improve that crash worthiness of the vehicles.
Right. Okay.
Improve the safety and the robust of the design. So there is some advanced high strength and ultra high strength steel in these vehicles, and it's mainly for that purpose that's becoming a predominant material of choice. Even companies like Audi, that was all aluminum, is now having steel in the vehicles.
I remember when the A8s came out back in the day, it was an aluminum car and people were freaking out about it.
And now you got aluminum, or you got steel in it.
You got steel going back in them. That's what I'm saying.
There's a lot of things where people were trying to push for aluminum, and it's mainly because they didn't understand the true engineering behind it. And in some cases, some of the steels weren't ready yet. And right now at U.S. Steel, what we have with our Gen 3 line that's going in Lipscomb, Ohio, what Mon Valley is going to be able to supply the substrates for, it's going to be the most advanced steel out there that is weldable, that is formable, energy absorption, and we're doing a lot of work with all the OEM customers in the U.S., and we're actually getting a lot more interest in overseas. So it's what do we do to help support that to be a global supplier? Because some people have global platforms, and it's how do you make sure that the same steel that you can get here can be made in Košice, can be made over in Asia.
Make it consistent across and get the same characteristics.
A lot of the OEMs, they design platforms and they want the same steel everywhere.
Gotcha. That makes total sense. And what I love is the fact U.S. Steel is Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is U.S. Steel. You guys have been around for like over 120 years doing what you guys do and continue to innovate all the way through.
And that's the most exciting part that we talked about. In the Homestead Works in Munhall, where the R&D center is, we're really focusing on developing those next generation steels. And it's exciting there. The energy there is out of this world. When I go in there and start talking with people, everyone is just like, they can't wait to come into work on what's going to happen today.
Exactly.
What are we going to do, and where are we going to bring this to the next level?
That's what I'm talking about. How exciting getting to do what you do. So you do a lot of driving. You actually are based in Michigan, but you drive to Pittsburgh quite a bit. And you say you use a lot of cruise control in your car. And I sense you're a car dude as well too, right? Yes. So maybe we could be able to like demonstrate when we turn around here the autopilot mode.
I would love that
on this car, because this might turn you into a Tesla guy.
The range is over 300 miles and I can get home.
Yep, then that's when you're going to be looking to do some business then, right?
Yes.
I love it. So we're going to find a place where we're going to turn around and do this. But in the meantime, so what are your thoughts in general? I mean, we had this cool panel discussion tonight, and you got to see the cars up close, everything like that. I mean, EV the future?
I think EVs in the future, in a couple of years, from an energy perspective, they are going to be more cost effective than gas. But again, it's based off the person. We talked about it today. 80% of the driving can be done with an EV. But is it 80% of the customers that can, or 80% of what everyone drives?
Exactly. Okay,
like
that makes
we
sense.
talked about, my home life, going back and forth to work, having an EV would be great. if I want to drive down to Pittsburgh on a regular basis, that becomes the issue.
Becomes a problem because you got to stop a way or two along the way. But they're getting better at it.
If that infrastructure and that's getting better at it.
Will there be a day when we have like a 500-mile range on a battery? I guess that's got to be coming down the line. Or I believe there's an S that's got some very close range to that, I would think.
I think they're getting close to that, and then it's a cost waiting.
Yeah.
It's at what point does that make sense for the customer?
Right.
Because everyone does it. You buy, I buy. Everyone buys what works for them.
Gotcha.
So the consumer, on certain applications, intercity driving, fleet driving, and that, it makes a lot of sense. For some people who live more rural areas where they travel, or in Michigan, you got a lot of people who drive up north on the weekends.
Right.
That's not going to be the customer that's going to do it.
Gotcha.
But as a second car, and this is where, autonomous driving or Uber driving and that, it can make a lot of sense.
Definitely.
So I am definitely involved with it. We're working with a lot of EV companies on how to make sure that they can do it cost effectively, using the right steels and the right applications, and making sure they understand what's available.
Absolutely. All that comes together.
That needs to come together for the business case to come together.
Love it.
For the vehicles to be able to be profitable, because Tesla needs to be profitable. You need to make money on vehicles.
You got to make money on it. At the end of the day, you got to make money. Absolutely. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to get the speed here. I'm going to double tap this. And we'll go to autopilot. So let me see if I can do this right. Because I'm still kind of a novice at this. So there it is. Look at this. Hands are just above the wheel. Nothing, not touching anything. We're going. Better not take the exit. I was thinking about it, but it didn't. All right, look at that. So you can just sit back.
This would be nice for my drive down.
Yeah, if you just rest your hands comfortably here like you're supposed to, it's just an easy cruise. And it keeps you at the speed, it tracks the distance, so as we're coming up to the traffic here, we'll see what it does. And this is where it still takes me being new at this, you still like, oh God, can I trust the car?
my adaptive cruise control on my Grand Cherokee, I trust it full-heartedly. It just doesn't keep it in the lanes.
In the lanes, okay.
So it's the next feature that we're really looking forward to.
Yeah, absolutely. So I don't feel like I'm slowing down.
It will.
Dude, oh God, yeah. Okay, it did. Yeah, see, BK back there's like, well, he knows, man.
Don't worry, it will.
Yeah, I'm still like, it's amazing. Like, look at this. It's just doing what it's doing.
And actually, this is the mode that I like it in, is when you get in traffic.
Yeah.
Is having an auto.
Yeah, because you can just go back and forth.
Back and forth, and again, you can get distracted or do something. But at that those moments are the things that I really like the autopilot.
Absolutely, yeah. I think it takes a matter of having it for a few days, getting to know the ins and outs of it, and all of a sudden it's like, yeah, that's how you do business.
Yeah.
When it comes to getting to work and back, too much fun.
Because especially, I mean, Pittsburgh's traffic is just as bad as Michigan's in cases where you're just sitting in traffic, and the stop and go, having an autopilot and just letting it go.
Just not having to go back and forth on the pedal, and
yep,
here she goes.
Now, and again, everyone likes driving, and you like having that feel for it. You want to do that when you have the opportunity, but for other times where it's just monotonous driving, there's not a value for me. Yep. I'd rather just get driven there.
You'd rather just get driven and let me know when I'm there.
Exactly.
I love it, man. Bro, I'm so glad we got to talk.
No,
and hang out and learn about what U.S. Steel's doing. Because like I said, honestly, like, man, Pittsburgh, U.S. Steel, it's like one and the same.
I always love going down the highway, and when you see Pittsburgh, you see the U.S. Steel Tower.
Absolutely, man. Like, Pittsburgh still makes steel. We make really good steel for applications
is actually,
like this.
I'd say U.S. Steel is definitely leading the whole charge for the Gen 3 materials and the advanced high strength steel. We're getting that name with our customers, and we're in no way done. And we're going to continue pushing for that, and I can't wait for the next couple of years to see what we can start talking about once it's in vehicles, and I can share that stuff. But
absolutely.
There's too much that we're doing now that is kind of under NDAs. So
I got you. No, it's all good, man.
It's exciting for me knowing what's coming.
So what do you think about the autopilot more?
I like it.
It's cool, man.
I look forward to it. And again, we'll have to talk about it and see if they get a 500 mile an hour range. 500 mile range.
Exactly. Because it's going to do the lane change by itself. Well, it's not going to do lane change by itself. I'm going to do it myself. This is where I don't know and I don't know. Good stuff, man. We're gonna do a U-turn here. We're back to the dealership. We'll get you on your way, man. He said, you're catching.